Welcome back to another spectacular video. Today, back by popular demand, we are doing Reddit Takes Part 2.
If you didn't catch our Part 1 for Reddit Takes, go watch our Part 1. There's probably somewhere on the screen we'll put it. Over here at EP Films, we care about you. We love you. We want to see you succeed. And if you want to see EP Films continue to strive
Worldwide,
international, please like, comment,
subscribe.
There you go.
Subscribe, people.
If you are here, thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching our videos.
Now, on to Reddit Takes.
Back to the video. Deleted 9 months ago, Joker 2 isn't even the 20 worst movies of the 2024 list. And it got 174 upvotes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Joker Folie à Deux came out in 2004.
It did.
2004.
Released in 2004.
Yeah. Joker Folie à Deux came out in, I think it came out in October.
I think so, yeah.
Somewhere
in fall time. Fall
time of 2024. 2024 had some stinkers. Let's be real.
Yeah, we have such bangers like Madam Web, Trap, I don't know. Megalopolis.
The second Megamind movie.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
If you want to be fair to a certain extent, Joker 2 is a movie. It is a movie you can sit down and watch. Like,
yeah.
It's a movie. It's, I guess, competently made, but I remember before we went to go see this, I was watching a lot of reviews and I was like kind of hyped for it. I was like, man, we like the first Joker. It's a good movie. You take a concept, yeah, he's kind of copying other directors when he did it, but
yeah.
I had high hopes for the second movie. I really did. I thought it was just gonna take that and extend it, but Arthur goes through an arc in Joker 1. And then,
Arthur Fleck, by the way.
Arthur Fleck. And then he ends up going through that same arc basically, but this time at the end of it, he doesn't learn anything. He just gets killed.
It's more
Spoiler
so
alert.
Halfway through the movie or almost through the third act, he awakens and says, well, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't me.
Yeah,
so it's
loser.
almost throwing away everything that you established in the first movie.
It is, yeah.
And granted, when the trailers were releasing and everything, I was skeptical on the musical aspect of it, but
yeah,
I do like certain musicals like Rock of Ages, La La Land. I don't mind that. Yeah. I don't mind musicals, but I was skeptical to see how it was going to be in terms of Joker. I think what we got definitely was just underwhelming. I think it more so is not pretentious, but it's more catered towards fans of being like, you didn't get it, buddy. It went over your head, bud. You know, so it's just, it didn't stick the landing. It didn't stick the landing. And the most controversial thing of it, aside from the story aspects, the story choices, what they did, the narrative perspective, is at the end, spoiler alert, the real Joker ends up killing Arthur Fleck, and that's the real origin of the Joker.
Yeah, it's like a guy you see twice before in like a background shot. He's not even established. It makes no sense.
It just happens to be like, oh, that's the real Joker. That's the real Joker.
And then he like starts cutting his face like, oh, he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
Heath Ledger. He's doing the Heath Ledger, you know?
So it's stupid.
It's just okay.
And like you said, like it's catered to a certain audience. I think he wanted to take that narrative like Joker is like an incel movie and like a fuck everyone movie.
Yeah.
He wanted to take that and turn it on his head. He's like, I don't like my movie being portrayed like that. Fuck anyone that likes the Joker or my movie. This is a big fuck you to you. That's what this movie felt like.
Definitely.
That's what it felt like.
Definitely.
So is it among the worst 20 movies of 2024? I'm sure it was on a lot of people's list of worst movies of 2024.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies out there and a lot of stinkers. Would you say this is worse than like a Madam Web or a Craven the Hunter?
No, but I think it's up there.
It's up there. It's up there.
Let's just say they're in the same realm of I wouldn't see those movies again. We saw Madam Web.
We did.
We tried watching Craven the Hunter, just not good. It's not to the level of Trap either, but Trap was a bad movie. It's just those movies that I saw it once, I think I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever have that inclination of, God, I really want to watch Joker 2 for you. I don't ever want to do that.
I'll watch the first one again for sure.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Watch the first one.
But the second one, nah. Another big thing about Joker 2, unnecessary. There's a scene in there close to the end. Why is that scene in that movie? Why is he in the showers getting taken advantage of? That's all I'm gonna say.
The scene,
Why is that? It does. I don't understand that scene. I don't get it. Is it just to show that like this guy is on his last leg and we're just kicking him while he's down? Because that's not kicking a man while he's down. That's terrible. That's insane.
Give a man an inch, they take a mile.
Well, I think they gave him inches. I don't know, but
let's not get it twisted. The first Joker, although being controversial, I remember a big thing was that don't go watch the Joker. It's gonna incite violence and don't watch it.
Yeah.
That movie ended up winning an Oscar. Let's not forget that, people. They won an Oscar.
It was a rated R movie that made over $1 billion, which wasn't a thing.
Something like that.
So
doesn't hit the mark. It
Stinker.
Did not hit the mark.
Absolute stinker. They said, Todd Phillips, you made $1 billion. Here's all the money you want. Make a sequel for us. I think this movie flopped, and I think it's obviously poorly reviewed. Some people say they like it. Not for me.
I don't know if you heard this theory, was that he intentionally made it different than the first one because the higher ups didn't want him to make another Joker, incite violence, get the public scared, so they purposely were like, you gotta make it shittier. Not woke or anything, but not the W word, but just not as good as the first one.
I feel like that's cope for being a shitty movie.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Reddit user Commercial Blue Jay 562 posted 9 months ago. Not a single Marvel's parentheses MCU movie is deserving of over 4 stars.
That's crazy. Granted, as we've said plenty of times in this channel, we are in an MCU drought.
We are.
But to say that no movie deserves over a 4 star is a little crazy.
Well, let's say this. Okay, I'm not gonna push back on it too much. What is a 4-star movie? Name a movie that you think is 4 stars.
Iron Man.
No, not even Marvel. Just a regular movie.
Oh, a regular movie. Yeah. 4 stars and above. Let's do that.
Yeah. What's a 4-star
Social
movie?
Network.
Okay, I'll give you that. For Social Network. Okay. Yeah. Let's say.
Click.
I would say Oppenheimer is above 4 stars.
Yeah, well, and it's Christopher Nolan, but yeah,
it is. Yeah, that's kind of a gimme. But I think we judge movies, comic book movies, on a different scale.
For sure.
It's a different scale. It's got to be. You can't compare like an Iron Man, like you said, to a Social Network.
Right.
Very different.
Apples and oranges, and it's a common discourse online saying that MCU movies are not real films. You have Martin Scorsese saying that, I like real movies, such as the things that I make, and I think the MCU is just like a carnival ride. To each their own, but I think it's a little unfair to say that Marvel movies are not films.
I'm gonna be honest, they're not wrong.
To a degree.
But if a lot of these movies didn't exist, no one would be going to the theaters.
Yeah.
You're not going to the theaters to watch Oppenheimer without the resurgence of like a Endgame or something.
For sure.
If an Endgame didn't come out and a No Way Home didn't come out, you're not gonna go sit your butt in the theater for 3 hours to watch Oppenheimer. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's look at the whole economical system of the movies before the MCU. You know, you did have blockbuster hits, you know, like Transformers, that's the first one that comes into mind. People love that. That was one of the big a big box office hits that people would go into it. But I think very much the MCU managed to bring a bunch of people into that to make it like, oh my god, this is the big thing.
For sure.
You know?
I think it's just an unfair thing. It happens in music as well, where you're kind of looked down upon if you like these throw the popcorn at your face type of movies. It's like, oh, you don't like this artist? Well, they make better music than this artist because they're more lyrical, etc. or this. It invalidates your opinion because you don't like the finer things in that genre, I guess.
It comes off a little snobby sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. So it's okay to enjoy every movie. Yeah. Is an Iron Man or is it Guardians of the Galaxy an Oscar-winning film? No.
Right.
But that's not their goal.
Yeah, like I don't know, I forget who says this, but there's someone said it that every movie is at least someone's favorite movie.
For sure.
You know, regardless of how shitty it is, it's someone's favorite movie.
Madam Web.
Bruce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo.
I thought Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I mean, off the top of my head, Iron Man, the first Avengers, Infinity War, Guardians, Winter Soldier. I think when people say the MCU, they very much hold that movie high up in regards. Sure. We need to go back to rewatch that. That's in Phase 2.
Phase 2. We'll be there in Phase 2. Support Phase 1.
Watch out for our Phase 2 revisiting Phase 2 Marvel movie video coming out soon. But those are just some of the movies that I think deserve a 4 or more.
Sure. I agree
easily. Especially Infinity War. That one 4.5 maybe. I really like that one. That's my take.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Are We Not Men 1983 says, if your film is longer than 2 hours, add an intermission. Jesus, audiences have bladders. Crazy take, I would say. This isn't... I was seeing this happen when Endgame. When Endgame was about to come out, people were speculating that it's going to be 3 hours. There's going to be a 15-minute intermission. And I thought about the process of doing that just because it's such a big movie to section out 15 minutes per each movie is going to be a little crazy. But this comes off as a little bit of a TikTok brain. YouTube Shorts ass brain.
Future cinemas add any type of intermission, it will be because our attention span is cooked.
Yeah.
It's not going to be because of bladders. Get up and go pee, dummy. movie? Well, you're gonna miss 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of the movie? You'll be okay.
I understand the people that, well, no, I spent my hard-earned money to watch this movie. I don't want to miss a single minute. But when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
You know, so sometimes you gotta do that. To add an intermission for 2 hours, a 2-hour movie, no. I don't. I think this is just a bad take, pretty goofy take. It's not a live showing, a musical, for instance, that they require an intermission. It really just sounds like, dude, maybe lay off the drink. You know, maybe get a small or something, or a medium, you know.
If we look at our evidence that we have presented to us, his name is Ari Not Men 1983. Jesus Christ, buddy. How about you stop going to the movies and you start looking at the 401k, okay? Give it up. Reddit user Cardinal Cream Pie.
I thought that's what it said at first. Yeah.
Creepia from 7 months ago. Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith is terrible. I actually don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I have several friends who love it. I think it's flashy and the flippy luchador nonsense takes away from the emotions.
That's a take. I don't know if I agree with it because you got to think about it. That last fight is the culmination of the actions that were happening in episodes 3, Revenge of the Sith. I think it was all leading up to that point. We hate to see our two beloved protagonists fight like that, but that fight is just simply beautiful. It's very choreographed very well. His complaint was the whole thing of the luchador nonsense, which is a little crazy, but that's a kind of a gripe that I see a bunch of people having with the prequel trilogy, is that they move around too much, unlike the original trilogy. But you have to think about it. The original trilogy was limited by the technology of the time.
Yeah, I think honestly it's just like George Lucas having fun with the CGI. And the Jedi jump around a lot. There's a lot of just more hits. You can tell from like the Disney sequels how different it is. Like that feels more grounded.
I mean, you've said this before. In the era of the sequel trilogy, you liked how the lightsabers had a little bit more weight to it.
Yeah, which feel heavy,
to a degree, that's kind of nice. But I do like the aspect of this is when you're seeing the Jedi at their peak a little bit. Obviously, there's going to be some fans saying that actually in the Old Republic, you know, but let's not talk about that. You do see more of their abilities, the force jumping and everything. The classic scene where they both try to force push each other. Very good.
Really cool, yeah.
To the point of it's too flashy. I don't know, because that's a really good set. You're in a planet of Mustafar, which is a volcanic planet.
Pretty damn cool,
it's a beautiful art set. If you look up almost any Star Wars edit, you're gonna see that moment where Anakin and Obi-Wan clash at each other, grab each other's lightsaber, and the lava in the background. I think this is one of those fans that he might be either a little older, more either accustomed or has more favorability towards the original trilogy, or even maybe the sequel trilogy. Who knows? But I don't agree with this take.
I don't think it necessarily directly connects to like it takes away from emotion. It may take you out of the movie if you're not into that. I could see them jumping around and doing shit like that more because they're acting out of emotion. They're both fighting from a place of emotion. So I'm not gonna agree with this take, and that's just me being biased because I like Revenge of the Sith. So
you got to think about it. This is two Jedis that have gone through the Clone Wars and are not battle damaged, but battle experience. One is a Jedi Master. One is almost a Jedi Master, but was not given the title of Jedi Master, but was given the seat at the Jedi Council, which adds more to his hatred of just the overall Jedi. I think it's a really good fight. It's a nice culmination of everything that's building up and a good explanation on why Darth Vader's in the suit. Pretty good. The fight. The take in itself, don't agree. We do not agree with it.
Bad take.
Welcome to Hotlanta. 3 years ago, Chadwick Boseman is not actually dead and will be in the last few minutes of Wakanda Forever. Negative 2 votes, which is crazy. And someone replied saying, "You're delusional, buddy." And with that, the original post or commenter said, "Sad face." This is just a crazy, crazy marketing scheme, and it begs to say that this might be a typical MCU stan delusion.
Is this like a Tupac's not dead, he's on the island type of take? Because I don't really understand this.
Wait, which island?
Oh, it's okay. All right.
But it's just dumb. It's very much wishful thinking. It's also to the point of
that is not wishful thinking. That's just straight delusion. He passed away from he
had colon cancer. You know, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, though.
You know, for real, all jokes aside, very good actor, and it's tragic how he went out. Even though he had cancer, he still very much did. You know, Black Panther, 42. He was a great actor. Taken too soon to take a step into the delusion that this this guy's spinning, or the web of bullshit that he's spinning,
Yeah.
is a whole company, Marvel, was saying, hey, you know what would be a really good marketing tactic? If we fake his death and show him for like a cameo in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, like,
Very
guys,
crazy.
guess what? He's not actually dead. Like,
He's back!
yeah, like, what? Like, it might actually be because he's delusional. It leads to him having some wishful thinking.
Yeah.
So I can see that, but welcome to Hotlanta. Welcome to Arkham, buddy. You're goofy.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Dr. Hugo Strange will see you now.
Yeah, this is a terrible take. It's stupid. We picked it out because it's just stupid. That's all it is.
It's very stupid. Just one of many in these Reddit takes.
Yeah. User Jay Donis from 2 years ago says Tokyo Drift is the best Fast movie.
That's a take. You know, I think it might be an underrated one.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. I think Tokyo Drift was a movie for me personally that I didn't see up until like 3 years ago. And for the first time. It wasn't a bad movie, but I think it was a movie that feels different from the rest.
Yeah.
But also a little bold to have it be the third movie technically, because it's Fast and Furious, 2 Fast and Furious, or is it?
No, it's a third.
Okay,
it came out third, but it's chronologically not the third movie. If that makes sense.
So it's interesting to make the third movie technically be the third movie, but chronologically, if it's somewhere, I'm not familiar with the Fast and Furious timeline. But it's a good movie nonetheless. A movie where it's your American protagonist, and he is a reckless guy, a reckless chud. He gets bullied. He has a nice car. I remember in the movie, I think the guy breaks his windshield and he's like, "Hey, loser!"
Yeah,
the early 2000s shtick. And then he says, "Oh yeah, how about you race me for it?"
And he's like, "Better yet, race me for. I'll take your girlfriend too." It's like, what? Okay, we'll put her up for bet, I guess. I mean, shit.
And then his dad happens to be in the military, and he gets shipped out to Japan.
Yeah.
You know why they call him DK? Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Like, no, Drift King. And you have really cool sequences there.
Yeah, for sure.
Changes the scenario of it, the plot of it, because it's in Tokyo. Little mentions of the Yakuza. Pretty cool. Nice cars, obviously, because in Tokyo.
Dope cars, yeah.
Me personally, my favorite is going to be Fast 5.
That's a good.
I think it's a little bit of a heist movie.
It is.
But
it is.
I really like it. Wasn't that the introduction of The Rock?
It was. Fast 5 is the introduction
a pretty
of The
good
Rock,
antagonist
yeah.
of it, and that's my favorite movie.
Every movie is relatively different.
Definitely.
They kind of come together to make somewhat of a plot, which they always retcon and they kind of go back on. And even in Tokyo Drift, you meet probably one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. Is Han,
yeah. Han's a goat.
Yeah,
but he dies in that
spoiler
movie.
alert, he dies.
Spoiler alert.
But he comes back. So I would have to agree with you. I think Fast 5 is probably my favorite. I do like the original. But it is, like I said, you get what you want. If you want to go to these movies just for racing, you got the first Fast and Furious. A little bit of that in Too Fast, Too Furious, kind of. Tokyo Drift is just straight racing for the most part. It's
more grounded.
More grounded, yeah.
I think around maybe Fast and Furious 6, that's when they kind of jumped the ship and went more balls to the wall and everything.
Well, I don't know. My assumption when Fast 5 took that diversion of, heist movie, it's a little different.
I like that, though. I like that.
We're emphasizing the action. They kind of went from that to like, well, shit, what else can we do? And they just kept pushing it, and then it just got too ridiculous.
And now somehow they went to space.
With the last one coming out, I hope they wrap this franchise up. There's rumors that they're trying to bring Paul Walker back in it.
So with his brother playing in, then just CGIing his face, which I mean that's kind of what they did for the ending of.
They did, yeah.
When the cars went their separate ways.
But for
beautiful ending, beautiful
for a whole
tribute.
movie, no.
Well, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Or it could be a situation where the family is in trouble and it's like, hey, Dom, need some help.
Yeah,
it could be. It could be.
Yeah, it's probably exactly how it would go too. So
that is going to conclude Reddit Takes number 2. If y'all like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. It always helps out. And you got anything to say?
If you're having a bad day, just know it's always worse out there. Goodbye.